नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है मुदित पांडे और मैं संस्थापक हूँ माई एडमिशन कार्ड और सेवी फाउंडेशन का। और मुझे बहुत ही गर्व हो रहा है ये बताते हुए आपको कि जो गेस्ट आज एक्सपर्ट हमारे स्टूडियो में आए हैं वो मेरे गुरु भी रह चुके हैं और उनका नाम किसी भी परिचय का मोहताज नहीं है। कोई भी बंदा जो भी इंटरनेशनल एजुकेशन इंडस्ट्री यूके या ऑस्ट्रेलिया से संबंधित है वो उनको ज़रूर जानता है। उन्होंने इस इंडस्ट्री को ऑलरेडी 2 दशक से ज़्यादा दिए हुए हैं। और अगर आपको कोई भी जानकारी यूके या ऑस्ट्रेलिया या और भी किसी बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटी या किसी भी कंट्री के लिए चाहिए तो इनसे ज़्यादा सक्षम बंदा मेरी नज़र में आज तक कोई नहीं है। तो मुझे बहुत ही गर्व हो रहा है इनको इंट्रोड्यूस करते हुए आज यहाँ पे। हेलो पंकज सर,
थैंक यू।
कैसे हैं आप?
आई एम फाइन, थैंक यू।
सो मैं आपको थोड़ा सा बताना चाहता हूँ कि पंकज सर के अंदर मैंने 2 साल काम किया है और उस 2 साल की सीख इतनी है कि जिसकी वजह से मैं आज यहाँ आप सबके सामने बैठा हूँ और वाद विवाद करने की क्षमता में सक्षम हूँ। तो सर आप थोड़ा सा अपने बारे में बताना चाहेंगे हमारे दर्शकों को कि आपने अपना करियर कहाँ से स्टार्ट किया, आपके पीछे का बैकग्राउंड पढ़ाई का क्या था, फिर उसके बाद हम बातों बातों में आगे चलेंगे।
थैंक यू मुदित। I have got around 32 years experience as of now, out of which 6 years is into telecom industry.
Okay.
So I am a engineer from DTU, मतलब DCDIT बोलते थे पहले उसको, अब NSUT हो गया कश्मीरी गेट पे। So I did my engineering from 88 to 92. I got my first job in Bombay in Tata Telecom, so I worked in Bombay for 1 year. Then I was posted to Gujarat, Baroda for 1 year. Then I shifted to Delhi, worked with AT&T. Then I got a scholarship to do my MBA from University of Leeds, UK.
Okay.
So I went to UK. The scholarship was administered through British Council and University of Leeds. So after that, I joined Alcatel Telecom, which was a job which I got through Paris. So I was interviewed in Paris.
Okay.
Went to Colombes in Paris 4 times during that 1 year. And I worked in Alcatel with the French CEO who was coming to India to open the India office. So I worked with him. And I was in Bangalore for 1 year. But Tata Telecom corporate office had shifted to Delhi. So Mr. V.K. Gupta, who was the MD, since we worked in Gujarat, he was very close to us. He called me back, why don't you join us? And by chance, I met him in lift.
Okay.
And he said, you're working with Alcatel? So I asked him, sir, before joining Alcatel, I asked you. So he said that is the company you asked how the company is, but you never know how it is for you.
Okay.
So he said, forget Alcatel, come and join us. So in the lift, the interview sort of thing happened. And he said, meet the VP HR, Jhasa, and take appointment letter and shoot it to Mr. Suble that you're leaving the company. So this is how I joined back. I was made All India Marketing Manager for hospitality industry. I worked with Tata Telecom again in corporate office Delhi for 2 years. By that time, our Dean of Business School, Lord Wilmer of Leeds, was leaving University of Leeds and he was joining the House of Lords in UK.
Okay.
So he called me up in 1998 and we met in Delhi and he said, why don't you join us and open University of Leeds office in India?
Okay.
And if you see in 1998, telecom was in a boom, all the telecom operators were coming. So I told Lord Wilmer of Leeds that obviously I'm a telecom engineer and you're asking me to join the education industry,
completely
which I don't know anything. So he said, Pankaj, I was the Dean of the Business School. We taught you marketing. Whether you sell a telecom product or you sell education, it is same. I said, I don't know anything about education. I went as a student, I was on scholarship, I studied, came back and I'm working. He said, don't worry, you come to Leeds for 15 days on our expense. We'll issue you appointment letter later on. And whatever your salary is, I'll make it 1.5 times at that time.
Okay.
So no issues. And you start the office in February. If you like, if you don't like, go back to your company. You're most welcome. So fair enough. So this is how I joined the University of Leeds office, which was the first UK foreign ministry office along with Middlesex University in London. But our model was that we will not work with agents.
Okay.
So we had direct recruitment team, 6 regional managers who were looking after all.
And what was the ranking of Leeds at that time?
I won't remember, but as of now, I think we are 83rd in QS.
Okay, in QS.
Second or 82nd.
Yeah.
At that time, I'm like, in 1999, we had 40 students going from India to Leeds.
Okay.
That was it. So we opened the office in Connaught Place, worked 11 years with them. And we worked directly. When I left in 2009, we were having 454 students, 11 years. But I managed the Leeds office again for 3 years after leaving Leeds through my own company called Career Plus Services as a management consultant.
Okay.
Then I opened an agency through Career Plus Services where we did UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Europe. Even we did Russia also, Australia also, US also. That we ran. We had an office in Chennai also. We had an office in Bangalore also. We had an IELTS training office also below our same office. We ran for 10 years. But then UTS College in Australia, University of Technology, Sydney, Australia, they had approached me through a company called Korn Ferry, which is a very big US HR executive firm. And I was not very keen, but they insisted you join. It was a good senior position, a big office to manage. And I also thought that 10 years I've done an agency, now it's time to move on.
So relax.
So I thought let me do. But by chance UTS College did 5 rounds of interview and I was like shocked what is happening, but it was good. But so I worked with them for 5 years. So we were like University of Technology Sydney College is a pathway provider to UTS University. So we were selling students for 1+2 like training program. 1 year they will study in a college with us. Second and third year they study in the university main. And then for pre-masters we had similarly like 1 semester with us and 3 semesters with UTS University. So that I did for 5 years, around 5 years. So after that I like recently I've been doing consulting work which is helping foreign universities to open campus in India. Plus Indian university looking to open doing 1+2, 2+1, 1+1 for UG or PG. So these are called like twinning programs, articulation programs. A lot of people call them TNEs also.
TNE.
So similarly, we had done a TNE very successfully in Gujarat.
With
the Gujarat Law Society, University and UTS College. Whereby we are running 3rd batch now. So that is a very good model. I was involved from day one, so I understood what is happening. It was practically, I would say, the first transnational education center in India, where students are studying separately and going to study faster. It's a very successful model, good model. Now the same university had copied for a UK university also, for a Canada university also. So in education around 26 years plus.
So what I said 2 दशक was wrong. It's almost 2.5 decade. And entirely is more than 30 years. So मीन 3 दशक आपने इस इंडस्ट्री में और इन सारी चीज़ों में काम किया है. सर यहाँ पे मेरे 2-3 सवाल आपसे होंगे जो दर्शकों के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से रहता है हमेशा. पहला कि जब आपको स्कॉलरशिप मिली थी उसका माध्यम क्या था? How did you manage to get that scholarship?
The scholarship actually was, I would say, administered through British Council. So British Council gave an advertisement in the newspaper. I'm talking about 95, so which is a very long time. And they said that a Dean of Business School from Leeds is coming and this is scholarship for MBA, you can apply. So I applied. And at that time I was like 3 years into job with Tata. So I was actually... had got admissions in Symbiosis, SP Jain and a lot of places in India which I was thinking to join. So this thing came, I was interviewed, the dean was very happy and he said you were working with Tatas, so he gave the scholarship. But I was not even planning to go to UK at that point of time. Because of the scholarship I went to Leeds. And at that time, if you can understand, in 95 there were not many agencies. So there was nobody to consult also. I went to a very small consultant in Karol Bagh to ask him how is University of Leeds to join. How does it matter? Only living cost and that too you can work part-time also there. So you can still make all that stuff.
So उस समय part-time job का क्या scenario होता होगा? सर
उस time part-time job मुश्किल था.
Were they available?
3 pound 4 pound per घंटा मिलता था केवल.
अच्छा.
But we managed 3-4 jobs. I worked in an Indian store also. I worked in a company where you produced X perfume, जो AX perfume use करते हैं. तो मैं और एक मेरा दिल्ली से फ्रेंड था ऋतुराज कालदा, तो हम सैटरडे संडे जाते थे. लीड्स इज अ इंडस्ट्रियल टाउन, तो लीड्स से 1.5 घंटा बाहर होता था. तो वहाँ पे हमें वो मशीन्स लगाते थे, हमारा पर्सपिरेशन लेवल मेजर करते थे. एंड दे वर पेइंग अस 7 pounds per hour. खाना पीना होता था, सब कुछ होता था. हम अपना काम करते रहते थे, ऐसे बैठे रहते थे, पढ़ाई करते रहते थे, कुछ काम कर लो बस. वो यहाँ थोड़ी ट्यूब्स लगी रहती थी, वो मेजर करते रहते थे कि आपको उन्होंने परफ्यूम दिया है, उससे पर्सपिरेशन कितना आ रहा है उसको मेजर करते थे.
ओके, दे वर डूइंग द रिसर्च वर्क एंड पेइंग.
और फिर वो एक्स की परफ्यूम्स पड़ी रहती थी जो ख़राब होती थी, वो कहते थे आप ले जाओ, 5 ले जाओ, 10 ले जाओ. एक क्वांटिटी होती थी मार्केट में, हम ले आते थे, फ्रेंड्स को दे देते थे.
ओके,
वो काम किया. फिर एक पुलिस स्टेशन में भी काम किया. So that was very funny. I was not very keen, but मेरा जो फ्रेंड ऋतुराज कालरा था, he was a sick person. तो if you have seen foreign movies, you have seen police identification parade. तो उसमें कोई क्रिमिनल होता है तो उसको आइडेंटिफाई कराते हैं विटनेस से. तो वो ग्लास की डोर होती है, क्रिमिनल को नहीं दिखता उधर कौन है, बट विटनेस को सारे दिखते हैं. वो 10 लोगों को खड़ा कर देते हैं, उसमें आप खड़े हो जाते हो और विटनेस आपको आइडेंटिफाई करता है. हमारे लीड्स में पुलिस स्टेशन था. उसमें हमें 12 पाउंड या 11 पाउंड देते थे, विच वॉज द हाईएस्ट पेड, और 1 घंटे का काम होता था. तो मैं बड़ा घबरा रहा था, मैंने कहा पुलिस स्टेशन जाओ, किसी ने आइडेंटिफाई कर दिया मतलब हम जेल में पहुंच गए।
बहुत रिस्की काम है एक्चुअली कि
मेरा फ्रेंड बोलता था वो सरदार था, तो बोला पंकज जी भैया घबराओ मत, कुछ नहीं होगा आपके साथ। मैंने कहा तू तो सरदार है, लीड्स में सरदार बहुत कम तो। मैंने कहा मैं तो फंस जाऊंगा, तो वो ना हो। बोलता हमारा ऑफिशियल रिकॉर्ड है यूनिवर्सिटी का पुलिस स्टेशन में, हमारा ID कार्ड है, वो हमें बुला रहे हैं, हमें पैसे भी दे रहे हैं, घबराहट क्या है। तो वो बहुत अच्छा था, हमने हर महीने में एक दो बार बुला लेते थे।
अच्छा।
पर वो बड़ी घबराहट से होती थी कि सही में किसी ने आइडेंटिफाई कर दिया तो आप पता तो अंदर ही हो गए। तो दैट वाज वेरी फन। स्टोर में काम करना वाज टफ, क्योंकि यू नो इंडियंस आर हार्ड वर्किंग, तो वो दूसरों को भी बहुत हार्ड वर्क कराते हैं। तो जैसे कभी मैं देखता हूँ ना 24 की क्रेट कोक की आती है, अब वो आपको तो देख के अच्छी लगती है, पर जब आप उसको उठा के शेल्फ पे रखते हो, स्टोर से लाते हो, तो आपको थकान हो जाती है।
ओके।
3 घंटे 4 घंटे काम करना। पर द बेस्ट पार्ट वाज कि हमने रियलाइज किया कि केलॉग्स के पैकेट कैसे दिखते हैं, केलॉग्स को कैसे लगाते हैं। जो हम MBA में पढ़ रहे थे कि नीचे वाले लोकल वाले होते हैं, ऊपर वाले बेकार होते हैं, जो हाईएस्ट प्राइस वाले होते हैं उसको बीच में लगाते हैं। ठीक है, जैसे न्यूज़पेपर था तो डायना का अगर डॉग इज नॉट वेल तो पेपर यूं बिकता था, डी इज डॉग नॉट वेल, पेपर यूज्ड टू सेल लाइक दिस। हम कहते थे आधे घंटे में पेपर साफ हो गया। तो वो ब्रांड डायना वाज सो पॉपुलर दैट टाइम व्हिच वाज सेलिंग। बाकी स्टोर में सारी चीज़ें होती थी, तो ही वाज पेइंग 3.5 pounds at that time, which was तो हमारा खर्चा पड़ता।
So it was the normal pay in that.
Last 3-4 months जॉब की। मेरे एक फ्रेंड बैचमेट था, he worked throughout the year, he did not spend a penny from his pocket, तो I was very surprised। बट उसमें क्या था, जैसे हम लोग इंजीनियर्स थे, तो जब हम पढ़ाई करने गए तो हमारे पहले साल में there were 64 students in MBA, out of which 17 failed in accounts।
Okay।
तो हम भी बस बॉर्डर लाइन पे रह गए थे, ठीक है, वन सोज नॉट आवर फोर्टे। तो वी आल्सो रियलाइज कि भाई यहाँ पढ़ने आए हैं, पार्ट टाइम छोड़ दो, पढ़ाई कर लो। घर वाले बोलेंगे इंजीनियरिंग होने के बाद एक्सपीरियंस स्टार्टर्स में आप आके MBA में वो भी स्कॉलरशिप पे फेल हो गए, तो सबने कहा पढ़ाई कर लो, ये सब काम जब 3 महीने का प्रोजेक्ट होगा, डेजर्टेशन होगी, तब करना।
बहुत
मैंने छोड़ दिया। मैंने कहा भैया फेल फूल नहीं होना, घर वालों से बहुत जूते पड़ जाएंगे, शर्म भी आएगी इंडिया में। So then I did not work. During 3 months when we were doing our MBA project, we did part-time.
So उस समय क्या PSW वीज़ा हुआ करता था?
उस समय होता था, जैसे हमारे 64 में से एक लड़की को जॉब मिली थी, she was from Barbados.
Okay.
तो उसको लाहौरियल में जॉब मिली थी, बाकियों को नहीं मिली। जैसे मतलब मुझे Alcatel में जॉब मिली, I got a job in Paris, but when I was joining Paris and they were processing my work permit, the CEO of Arnaud Suble, who was my boss, he was appointed as head of India office. And earlier in Alcatel we were working through agents.
Okay.
So Alcatel opened their own office. So he said that Pankaj, if you work in Paris, it will take a lot of time. They are very slow. A lot of things. If you come to India with me, you'll be able to do all the things you have learned in MBA.
Okay.
We'll be producing new brochures. We'll be appointing agents. We'll have a website. You can have a conference. You can do anything. You can make sales strategy. So whatever you have actually learned in MBA, you'll be able to reproduce much faster and use it, your theory, instead of working in Alcatel Paris. So I also thought at that time I had a job, 3 jobs. I had a job in Tata Steel in Calcutta. I had a job with Airtel in, again, Eastern region. I had a job in Fisher Rosemont, Bombay. And this was the 4th job in Alcatel.
Okay.
And Tata Telecom I could have joined, but I was not keen to join because Tata Telecom was a very engineering focused company. All my bosses were mostly engineers. So I was thinking that MBA with a mindset of only engineers will not gel. But since I had very good relations, so I spoke to our MD ki which company should I join out of this 4 companies. And he was a Tata man. So I thought he might say Tata Steel. But he said, no, you join Alcatel Telecom.
Okay.
Alcatel at that time I think was doing 18 crores turnover. We were doing Tata Telecom 40 crores. So I said, okay, the boss is always right. So follow the boss.
तो सर ये जो ट्रांजिशन था आपका आफ्टर MBA व्हेन यू केम बैक टू इंडिया, क्या ये बाद में एजुकेशन काउंसलिंग में काम आया? जो यू लर्नड अ लॉट व्हाइल वर्किंग विद दिस कंपनी, सो डज दिस हेल्प यू इन काउंसलिंग द स्टूडेंट व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड? अभी तो आप एक प्रो हो, अभी तो यू कैन काउंसिल स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम एनी कंट्री फॉर एनीथिंग, बट एट द बिगिनिंग जब आपने शुरू किया था,
राइट मुद्दत, यू आर करेक्ट। एक्चुअली जब मैं ये जॉब के लिए जा रहा था तो I was not very sure, but I remember we met in 15 days when I went for my first week in January. So I met the Dean of History Department, Dean of English Department, I think Dean of Biosciences, Dean of Engineering, because they had arranged meetings with all the deans. And I was surprised. I remember, I think I met the Dean of History. He said, "Ki Pankaj, how many students will you recruit from India?" I said, "Sir, who will go for a master's in history from India? Why will he study here?" He said, "No, I know they will not study, but I am asking you, ki, what will you do to get me students?"
Okay.
I said, "You give me 2 scholarships free." So he said, "If I give you scholarships free, what will I get?" I said, "I'm saying you give me 2 this year, give me 1 next year. 3rd year will make it 50, 4th year will make it 25 to 4 students."
Okay.
And you increase like this. So once you have developed a brand in the country, India, we have a herd mentality. So if one student starts going from Allahabad University, next year somebody will go. If one student goes from Symbiosis University, second year somebody will go, because of word of mouth, reference will come over. So I said, you have to invest. 1 scholarship, 2 scholarship, full scholarship, 3 scholarship. At that time, the fees was for history and all was 7,000 pounds, which was not very high. Okay, it was high at that time. So, and he agreed. So, which I was very surprised that the Dean of History is looking at marketing of his products in India. Which I thought that Dean of
this is seriously
Arts department are not marketing oriented. And similarly, I went to English department. Also, the Dean said, "Yes, Pankaj, let's promote our English courses in India. So let us give a scholarship to Calcutta University. Let us do with MS University and all." I said, like, there are 5-6 good universities in India which are very popular for English. If you start targeting them, you'll start getting students. So to answer your question, the knowledge of marketing came handy. Because one is you had worked for 3 years and I was in direct sales. Bombay was direct sales practically. Gujarat was working with 4 agents, again direct sales. Direct or indirect, but we had direct customers also, indirect customers like ONGC, Reliance or big customers we were handling direct. But smaller customers were through agents. Third was working with AT&T, which was a US product, so we learned a lot of things about US, how to market. The first railway system, if you know the like PNR inquiry, railway pre-arrival departure 1330, 131 and the ticket booking status. So that was launched at that time.
Okay.
So that was a very good concept, IVS system. So we learned a lot of things, how marketing is done from a US perspective also. So ultimately MBA studies counted, your own experience counted, plus you had a good product. University of Leeds was a very good university, very good ranked university, very popular research university. So if you had a good product, your knowledge is good, the price point is higher, entry requirements are higher, but you could get good students. So you wanted good students, good quality. So we targeted initially main cities like Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Bangalore. Then we started going to Ahmedabad, started going to smaller cities also, Ooty, boarding schools and other places. But the product was sellable because obviously in India we have, I would say 60% students who go abroad will go to business school. 20% will go to engineering courses. Let's say 10 years back, 5 years back or 15 years back. And remaining all other fields are 20%. So it was very easy to sell because I was an MBA from the business school. So I knew what the business school is, how they teach, who are the professors, how things are.
So as an alumni also you were able to market it well.
Yeah. And we worked very strongly from day one on the alumni. So like in 99 itself we had the first alumni meet in Lalit Hotel where 19 alumni came. So every year, like as of now, we have Leeds has around 5,000 plus alumni. In my mobile itself, I have 2,000 alumni contacts with me. Every year with Leeds reference, I get 8 to 10 students who want to study abroad. People who have passed out in 2001, 2002 come to us for inquiry. Like I was in Dubai, I think in 2010, and I saw a student sitting there. I thought I have met him somewhere. I thought the face looks familiar. I just went, I asked him, "Have you been to Mr. Lee?" He said, "Pankaj sir, how are you?" So I said, "What are you doing in Dubai?" Hello sir, I have opened up a company here. I am selling electronic products here. Very surprised. So you see,
alumni network is very strong of Leeds.
And the best part was in University of Leeds, we were doing direct recruitment through the British Council, British libraries all over India. At that time, there were 9 British libraries, 4 British Council offices.
Okay.
So we used to go there, do the interviews. The whole team used to like travel. So we could connect the student right from day one till the second round or third round, offer letter, admission, visa processing, pre-departure briefing. Even when the student went to Leeds, I used to go to the hostels, have lunch, dinner with them, organize our
connectivity was very strong.
Connectivity was very strong. And since we were working direct, they got jobs, they came back, we were able to reference them back and give it to other students that this student did MA International Studies, asking feedback. So you know in UK universities normally they will allow you to use references so unless it's written permission. But in India people are happy to give reference if they're happy. And by chance our product was good. So it was easy to sell, and you won't depend going to top universities like University of Leeds, University of Manchester, Birmingham University, Stratford University, and all top universities, UCL, Imperial College, and all those.
So how do you open up an idea of an agent, or Leeds? They still recruit through agents, or you started it?
Actually,
open it
what
for
happened?
Agents.
Very good question. Well, the model changed. By chance, my boss David Baker, who appointed me along with Lord Wimber, he left in 2008 and he went to Durham University. And I think in 2009 or 10, we had a new lady coming in from University of Birmingham.
Okay.
And she had worked with agents.
Okay.
And at that time, all the big agents, Chopra, Zedwise, IPC,
Global Opportunities,
campus abroad. The model was very popular because I think in UK in 2006 or 7 had introduced
I have heard कि उस समय applications पे चोपड़ास और इनके stamp भी लगे रहते थे. I don't know if this is right or wrong.
Well, they had a preference for top agent. The High Commission said that if you're going to these top 120 agents, we'll do a faster process. Well, they still had the right to reject, that is fine, but they would do process faster. So, a lot of students who had offers from us were also going to agents. So, the agents were saying, Pankaj ji, why don't you appoint as agent? I said, we never wanted, and the model was not there, so I could not appoint. While other universities at that time had a lot of offices, but we could not appoint. So, the new person came from Birmingham and she said, why don't you work with agent? I said, the model was not there. So, she said, no, I'm the boss, so you should work. So I said, fair enough. So I said, okay, we'll appoint agents, but we had a big office of around 2,000 square feet next to British Council in Mercantile House. So, and we had 15-20 staff. So I said, what will happen to my staff? Because when you start paying commission to agents, so university also runs on the cost which we earn for the students. So I realized that once you start appointing agents, and at that time we were doing 400 plus students. If at least, let's say, 50% goes to agents, so that commission part will go to the agent. So our resources will come less because we had given money to open an office in Kenya also, we had opened an office in China also, we had opened an office in KL also. So that money, seed money, came from income from University of Leeds India office, which went to these countries. My boss asked me, can I give money? I said, it's your money, it's not my money, so you can give. So they invested money, and therefore the agent model came in. So when I was leaving in 2009, so we gave 3 agents in India, 3 agents in Sri Lanka, 3 agents in Bangladesh, and 3 agents in Nepal. Like we were handling South Asian countries. So 3 agents appointed, and I left and moved on to my own property career process. But we managed the office. But I realized that once the agents, all these are big agents. So once they have opened, once they start recruiting officially for Leeds and getting commission, the numbers will boom. So within 3 years, they realized that we do not need a big office. Staff was asked, some left, and they went to a different company with like 3 people in office. Out of 20 staff, we just have 3-4 staff.
So when you shifted to full-time consultancy, I mean to say you started different countries. So in that transition mode, what was your mindset? From being a Leeds University India office to a proper agency which is managing many universities, many countries.
One is, it looks from outside, managing agencies looks nice because you can represent a lot of countries. But one is, your knowledge has to be very good because the countries are different, courses are different, visas are different, entry requirements for every university is different. So let's say if we had UK, let's say 50 universities for track we had. One is to help a student go to one university as per his career aspirations or his choice. It's difficult because the counselors remember the top 5 universities which they will send. So if the parent, after the counselling, the counselor would come to me, then I'll say, oh, why are you going to London? Why don't you go to Sussex? Why don't you go to Birmingham? Or why don't you go to Stratford? He'll say, no, the counselor had suggested we should go there. I said, no, what do you want in life? Where do you want? Do you want a campus life? You want London life? Or you want to enjoy a swimming pool and gym and everything? So choices change. So agency was not easy. From outside world, it looks very nice to run an agency, but it's very tough, very competitive these days. Staff retention, very big issue. Universities are very demanding, I would say. I would say that all agencies which are running in India or across the world, I've worked with Bangladesh, Nepal agents. It is the people, it is the counselors, it is the managers who are running the show. If your team is good,
then it's good.
If your team is not good, you will lose. Like you have seen in India, big agencies have come down because the top people who started the companies or worked for so long left. So our education industry, study abroad industry is very staff-driven industry.
Yeah, staff.
If your team is not good, money may not be a driving criteria every time. It is your relations with subordinates, relations with bosses, relations with your line manager. These days it is very good that people are able to go abroad for conferences, invitations come from fab tips. So it is an opportunity for your staff also to grow. Earlier there were some agencies where only the CEOs or MDs would go, the junior staff would not go. So you have to give that leverage. Like it is autonomy, decision making, confidence in staff that okay, the boss is growing or I am also growing. It is not like commission £50 per student, then they are happy, but they also to grow.
It's people driven industry.
Very people driven, and our industry has 70% ladies or girls.
That's true.
And who are I always thought why it is so, but then I realized they are kind, they are soft spoken, and people assume that ladies won't give you wrong information, not tell you lies.
That's true.
And they are like not on commission, I would say they are on salary. So why would they push a student to a wrong industry? So
रॉकेट सिंह बोलता है ना कि ये लोग ही पैसा होते हैं तो पहले लोगों को समझिए.
Everywhere it is sales and marketing, right? So if you are selling a course, you are selling a course. But if you have walk-in, you have to support the student, because unless you guide him, he won't give you a good reference. Because if he goes to a wrong university or a wrong course, then he will blame you for life. But if he goes to a right university, right course, he will always give you 10 references. And our industry, at least what I remember, 60-70% is a reference based. A lot of agencies do not advertise anything, but word of mouth every year, like 10 batches, they give you, like I'm saying, like I get every year 5-10 references which I'm sending it to so many universities, so many countries. So I ask them which location you are based in Delhi, where you are, which country you want to go, because there are some agents who are very specifically doing good universities, or the owners have studied abroad in those countries. So their personal knowledge is very good. So they can guide you better. They may be small agencies, but their knowledge is fundamentally very good instead of going to bigger agencies. So I personally see that, okay, which course you're looking at, which country, what is the budget, you have relatives there and all. So I am the first line of counseling where I, as a charity, spend 1 hour with the parent on phone, or sometimes I've met people in Bikaner also to guide people, right, where I don't get anything, but somebody has called me for a reference, like Amity sometimes gives a reference, some other people give reference, and you have to oblige. So you're doing charity, spending 1 hour in pre-counseling, then giving it to some agents or sending them that for Canada go to him, for UK.
But it's a big social responsibility when you're doing it.
This is like CSR without money.
CSR without money, but it's good you're still doing CSR, which so doesn't people take.
I was doing counseling for I think NGO in Rajasthan also, where we used to do counseling for 3 centers outside Jaipur. Small Churu.
Churu is I know one of my friends was from Churu, was a study.
We were surprised they used to ask us questions like, how do I become IAS officer? How do I join PCS? So I was thinking, I am a study abroad consultant. I am guiding students how to join army, what to do.
Go and watch them fail. How to become an IAS.
It was fun also. I was also learning, because before the 1 hour session I had to study also कि आर्मी में कौन से लेवल्स पे आप 12th के बाद ज्वाइन कर सकते हो, 12th के बाद ज्वाइन कर सकते हो, इंजीनियरिंग के बाद ज्वाइन कर सकते हो, 12th के बाद ज्वाइन कर सकते हो.
Becoming a counselor is a heck of a job basically, because you have to educate yourself and keep yourself updated. So जैसे सर आप खुद ही एक बड़े काउंसलर हो.
मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ. मैंने when I joined first time, you know a lady called Paveen Militra, who is the guru of counseling. I attended a conference with him. She was the counselor in Chandigarh with CI organized in 99. And after listening to her, I thought कि it's a very tough line to join. And the knowledge she had on Army, Air Force, सिविल सर्विसेज, IAS, PCS, स्पोर्ट्स, ये वो, मैं तो उनको ऐसे सुन रहा था कि 2 घंटे के. मैंने कहा इसकी नॉलेज आती कैसे, कंप्यूटर थी. उसका मैंने रियलाइज़ किया कि इस इंडस्ट्री में चाहे आप जनरल काउंसलिंग कर रहे हो, स्टडी अब्रॉड कर रहे हो, बिकॉज देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु विल नो यू फ्रॉम स्टडी अब्रॉड यूनिवर्सिटी बट विल आस्क यू फॉर इंडिया बिकॉज दे कैनॉट अफोर्ड और दे डोंट वांट टू सेंड स्टूडेंट्स एट अंडरग्रेजुएट लेवल. तो वो इंडिया की डोमेस्टिक काउंसलिंग भी आपसे करवाएंगे. तो आपको नॉलेज तो रखनी पड़ेगी, इसलिए आपको टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया का एजुकेशन टाइम्स पढ़ना पड़ेगा. उस समय ST का भी एक एजुकेशन पेपर आता था.
सर कंसल्टिंग के से पीछे मैं कुछ और आपकी पर्सनल लाइफ के बारे में अगर जैसे पूछना चाहूँ, आपने मुझे खुद ही बताया था कि आपने अपने सन को US पढ़ने भेजा था. मतलब अभी भी वो यूएस में है। सो आपको तो वेल्थ ऑफ नॉलेज है, मतलब जैसे मैं तो आपको डिक्शनरी मानता हूँ व्हेन इट कम्स टू स्टडी अब्रॉड, कि कोई ऐसी कंट्री नहीं है जो आपने की नहीं, कोई ऐसा यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं होगी, कोई ऐसा कोर्स नहीं होगा जिसकी आपको नॉलेज नहीं है। बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू योर ओन सन, हाउ दिस डिसीजन मेकिंग हैज़ हैपेंड कि नहीं मुझे यूएस एज अ कंट्री भेजना है या ये पर्टिकुलर कोर्स करना है, और उसमें आपने मतलब आगे क्या कैसे, थोड़ा सा हमें अपनी कहानी बताएंगे अपने बच्चे की के बाद जब आई तो कैसा हुआ सब कुछ?
Basically, actually, my son was doing his 11th, 12th. Initially, we were keen that he should do his engineering in India and then go for a master's. This is how we did. So I did my engineering in India and then I went for MBA. And I was more keen that he gets a scholarship, but obviously it depends. So initially he tried for Fiji coaching center for IIT and all. But he always used to say that, Papa, you have sent so many students, 30,000 students abroad, and you went for masters, but the things have changed now. So why can't you send for undergraduate to me? And he was very keen for US because US is the hub for IT. All the IT companies use, name it, Microsoft, Dell, Intel, NASA. We use all IT products which are originally researched in US, though maybe manufactured in China, India. Apple phones we use so much. All the technology driven countries US. So a lot of research happens in India we should do, but we don't have expertise or we have never spent money on that. So he was keen for IT, and IT hub is US. And I've got relatives in US, my brother is there, sister is there. So it was a very bent of mind that if I have to go for IT, I have to go to US. So we decided that instead of doing engineering in India, and then he was very keen I will go for a master's in US. So I said, okay, you will spend 4 years in India, then you will do 2 years masters, so you will spend 6 years. And then if you've done your undergrad in US in IT or computer science or whatever, then normally computer science graduates even in India don't need to do a master's in IT field. So very few people would do MSc in IT in India or MTech in IT. Because of computers, they'll get a job directly. So after 4 years, you will get a job. You don't need to do a master. Like in other field, you will still do an MBA. MBA is still a different field. But technology field, you will not need in computer science. So I said he will spend 4 years in India doing a harder of engineering. Engineering is very tough in India. I've done my engineering, a lot of subjects to study, 8 subjects per semester into 72 subjects to do is tough time. And a lot of students fail in semesters. We had done our engineering college people sitting with 4 years back, 5 years back, 3 years back. You are teaching 72 subjects for a student for 4 years. It's too much to study.
खाने का भी time नहीं मिलता.
Too much painful. We used to do thermodynamics. We were thinking what is thermodynamics for us, but we were doing because it was part of the curriculum. I always feel we painfully train our engineer in India.
That's very
we have to work on lathe machines, which is not even required. I'm not a mechanical engineer.
Why
I remember parking, how the cars are parked in a station, how they are serviced, how the piston works. I'm thinking, what is the use of a piston to move? What this will teach you?
Sir, I did BTech biotechnology. And in biotechnology, में हमें mechanical का सिखाया जाता है for the first 2 years.
You have 4 years, so first year is common. You study everything.
So I was like,
and since I realized 4 plus 2, you have to get a job in IT. You don't need a master's. So if you study in US, one is you save 2 years. So those 2 years which you will do a master's in US, you can be a senior of your batch. Plus you will have earned 2 years of money. Though you will spend 4 years in US, which is a costly thing as opposed to 2 years. But in India also you will spend 4 years of your education fees. If you go outside Delhi, you will spend the hostel fees, living costs, food costs, plus the university fees, which may be government, may be private. So ultimately, financially, we thought that it may make a higher costly sense to send him to US. But it saves 2 years of my student's career path. And in 2 years, that 2 years work experience, he will be higher than his counterparts who would have done engineering in India for 4 years plus a master's in US for 2 years. So technically you become 2 years senior to your school 12th batchmate.
Yes. Logically.
So that was the logic, and we could afford. So he went to Boston University.
Okay.
He got a scholarship from another university, but when you are in the education industry, still you ask some other people which universities you should send, and obviously if you are from a higher ranked university, you would go to a higher university. Though it was a private university, Boston is a very costly place to live. But everybody said, when we have offer a Boston university, send him to Boston. So he went to West. So he has already done 3 years in computer science. He's into final year and 4th year. computer science side. So obviously it was tough because US we had done, but I would say unless you have still, US is a big country, 50 states, there are 4,000 plus universities. So you can't know about each and every university unless you have stayed there or studied there,
it's a huge country,
or worked there. I had been a UK alumni, studied in UK, worked for a UK university for 11 years, then for Australia. So it was not easy to decide. So you had to seek opinion of people who are experts in US. So you had to ask people which university is better, though you had the US newspaper rankings and news rankings. But still, when it's your own sons, you spend more time, and the more you talk, one is you more get confused also. Because somebody will say this, somebody will say this, somebody will say this. Pankaj, Boston is a big place, very costly. If you have money, then it is fine. But it's a private university, they want to offer a scholarship. Well, earlier he had gotten a government university which was offering 25% scholarship. But the moment you hear Boston, Boston, it is the city of education. You have Harvard there, you have Sloan there, you have MIT there, Boston is there. It's a city of universities. So the same way, the Boston University. But it was costly, very costly, and with no scholarship. And plus, they had a lot of students from India also. So very good university, good campus.
So you have been there already?
Yeah, I went to drop in 2022.
Okay.
And next year graduates in 2026. So I might
go
for his graduation ceremony.
Yeah, convocation. Then you'll be a proud father.
Proud father. When we were in Leeds, we could not do our graduation because our graduation was in December. So we had to wear robes and click photographs in the June convocation. From the vendors who would give robes, we paid them money, so they gave us photographs, and we clicked official photographs like when you are dressed up in robes in a UK university that way.
तो सर आप जैसे कि जहाँ तक मुझे पता है आप मेरठ से हैं,
right?
So मेरठ is again tier 2 city. So क्या कभी ऐसा कुछ चैलेंज आपको लगा आपके परिवार की तरफ से when you were going, though it was 100% scholarship and you studied in Delhi, but क्या कभी किसी ने ये बोला कि यार उतनी दूर जाना, उतनी दूर, कभी कुछ ऐसा परिवार?
I think you are right, Mudit. Smaller cities have less knowledge. Lot of parents have not been exposed. Now the times have developed.
Now the times
you have social media, you have Instagram, Facebook, and a lot of things. People are going abroad, holiday making बहुत हो रहा है. और earlier times में लोग छोटे जगह से नहीं जाते थे, and one is people were not aware. I would say. I remember talking to a consultant in Meerut, I think 15 years back, and he said there was only one consultant in Meerut for study abroad. Right, and who was also a sick chap, so I was very surprised that Meerut में consultant भी है. Similarly, like my mother comes from Meerut. I was born in Meerut in Kent Hospital. My Mama ji stays there. He was very reputed eye practitioner. My father was from Agra, so he was a professor in Agra University. So I've seen people from Agra also, seen people from Meerut side also. So smaller cities में problem क्या है कि awareness नहीं है. People will think that these are tier 3 cities, tier 4 cities. मतलब tier 2 से तो और नीचे हो जाएंगे क्योंकि tier 2 तो इलाहाबाद, अपने महाराष्ट्र टाइप की cities होंगी. और यहाँ पे knowledge नहीं है. दूसरा awareness नहीं है. दूसरा क्या है कि जो university delegates भी होते हैं, like we were there. Like if you have foreign delegates coming, you can only do 5-6 cities in India. India is a big country. तो आप जाओगे कहाँ? दिल्ली, बॉम्बे, चेन्नई, बैंगलोर, हैदराबाद या मैक्सिमम कलकत्ता लेके, तो आपकी छोटी सिटीज तो छूट ही जाएंगी. छोटी सिटी में लोगों को लगता है छोटी सिटी है, इनके पास पैसे नहीं है, कोई जाता नहीं है. तो जाता नहीं है तो नॉलेज नहीं होती है. वो चिकन एंड एग स्टोरी है.
अदरवाइज पैसे तो
इन्वेस्ट नहीं करोगे तो जाएंगे नहीं लोग. लोगों को नॉलेज नहीं होगी. अब आगरा में किसी का मतलब there is no agency practically. IDP has recently opened an office there.
So प्रयागराज में भी खोला था IDP ने, क्लोज हो गया उनका.
तो वो इन जगह में है ही नहीं.
प्रैक्टिकली अभी हम ही हैं प्रयागराज में, लाइक माय एडमिशन कार्ड एग्जिस्ट.
तो जब तक होगा नहीं एजेंसी या नॉलेज शेयरिंग होगी नहीं तो बच्चा कैसे जाएगा? या तो वो दिल्ली आए या फिर बॉम्बे जाए. तो वो अब जयपुर जैसे सिटी है, उदयपुर, वो सब दिल्ली आते हैं.
हाँ, मेरे टाइम में मैं इन्फोजी के थ्रू गया था. आई केम टू दिल्ली एंड इन्फोजी.
नॉलेज ही नहीं है. और दूसरा there is lot of money, I would say, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, because there are people who are industrialists, have been running industries for 20-30 years. There's a lot of plenty of money, but the parents have not studied abroad. Parents have not studied a lot of them. So one is they don't have knowledge. अब now students are saying कि नहीं अब मैं जाना चाहता हूँ. अब जैसे क्या हो रहा है ना कि इंटरनेशनल स्कूल्स भी खुलते जा रहे हैं छोटी सिटीज में. IB हैज ग्रोन सो मच. A लेवल आ रहा है,
IB तो
CBSE आ रहा है,
लाइक 250% ग्रोथ हुई IB स्कूल्स की.
बहुत ग्रो हो गए,
बहुत ग्रो हो गए.
A लेवल स्कूल्स आ रहे हैं. तो अब बच्चों को इंटरनेशनल एक्सपोजर हो रहा है.
हाँ, हो रहा है.
अच्छा, IB का स्कूल है, हमें क्या है, फीस ज्यादा होगी पर बच्चों को एक्सपोजर मिलेगा, पेरेंट्स कैन अफोर्ड. अब IB वाला बच्चा है वो 95% अब्रॉड ही जाएगा. 95 एक बच्चा जाएगा तो उससे वर्ड ऑफ माउथ 4 बच्चे हो गए, 4 जाएंगे तो 16 को आएगा.
बहुत डेवलपमेंट आ रही है.
तो छोटी सिटी से बच्चे जा रहे हैं. आप सहारनपुर है, मेरठ है, आगरा है, छोटी छोटी सिटी में छोटे छोटे कंसल्टेंट्स अब डेवलप हो रहे हैं, आ रहे हैं. बनारस में आई थिंक 8 साल पहले मैंने कोई इंक्वायर किया था, वो हम कंसल्टेंट ही
तो काफ़ी है. तो बनारस में बहुत है.
तो अब वो ग्रो हो रही है. अब लोगों को लग रहा है इन सिटीज में पोटेंशियल है, पहले था ही नहीं.
एक्सप्लोर्ड नहीं था.
हाँ, एक्सपोजर नहीं था.
एक्सपोजर भी नहीं था.
बच्चे दिल्ली आते थे, एक के आए, एक के वापस चले गए, अपनी नॉलेज ले गए. वो वर्ड ऑफ माउथ नहीं हो. और पहले सोशल मीडिया नहीं था.
सोशल मीडिया इज मेड इट.
इलाहाबाद का स्टूडेंट जाएगा, वो सोशल मीडिया पर डालेगा अपनी लाइफ, उससे 4 बच्चे इंस्पायर होंगे. इफ दे कैन अफोर्ड दे विल गो. If they cannot go to UK, they will go to Canada. If they cannot go to Canada, कोई ऑस्ट्रेलिया चले जाएगा, कोई आयरलैंड चले जाएगा, डिपेंडिंग ऑन कंट्री चॉइस.
हमारा पॉडकास्ट भी इससे ज़्यादा Tier 2 और Tier 3 सिटीज़ में ही देखा जाता है, एज पर दी डेटा.
नहीं, अच्छी बात है. बच्चों को जितनी आप नॉलेज दे पा रहे हो, शेयरिंग कर पा रहे हो. मतलब मैं हमेशा सोचता हूँ एजुकेशन इंडस्ट्री इज नॉट लाइक वी आर सेलिंग अ प्रोडक्ट. वी आर सेलिंग ड्रीम्स टू स्टूडेंट्स. वी आर बिल्डिंग देयर करियर. आपने जो स्कूल में पढ़ा, आप टीचर्स को हमेशा कहते हो टीचर्स डे पे थैंकफुल टू यू. बच्चा भी अगर आपको जिंदगी में कभी भी कह दे कि हाँ जी, उदित जी ने मुझे या अनमोल जी ने मुझे गाइड किया और मैंने अच्छी कंट्री चूज की, उससे मेरा फ्यूचर बन गया, तो
उससे ज्यादा प्राउड मोमेंट ही नहीं होता हमारे लिए. नहीं हो सकता.
तो आप गाइड कर रहे हो स्टूडेंट्स को. मैं कभी सेमिनार दे रहा था किसी यूनिवर्सिटी में, तो मुझे किसी ने पूछा, पंकज जी व्हाट इज द ROI इन इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ अ स्टूडेंट. मैंने कहा सर आप कंप्यूटर तो ना खरीदो, मोबाइल ले लो, आप कोई दुकान तो नहीं चला रहे. आपका बच्चा है, आपका कैरियर है, उसका आप कैरियर बना रहे हो.
लाइफ टाइम रहती है पढ़ाई.
आपको 10-15 साल लगेंगे रिकवर करने में 20 लाख रुपए, पर आप कोई बिजनेस तो ना कर रहे हो. आप लॉन्ग टर्म सोचो ना. उसकी मैरिज होगी, उसके प्रोस्पेक्ट होंगे, बच्चे होंगे. अगर आपने सुपर 30 पिक्चर देखी है, ठीक है, तो वो उसमें भी यही था कि एक बच्चा अगर की सारी पुश्ती 4 या 8 पुश्ते जो भी उस पिक्चर में डायलॉग था वो.
सर इसी तरह पंचायत में बहुत अच्छा डायलॉग था. वो मैंने एक रील भी उस पर छोटी सी बनाई थी. वो बताते हैं कि सचिव जी 20 लाख रुपए लगा करके MBA, तो उनके जो दूसरे काउंटर पार्ट होते हैं वो कहते हैं कि इससे अच्छा तो एक बड़ी सी गाड़ी खरीद के भाड़े पर लगा देता था.
अब देखो ना, पिक्चर में मतलब उनके जो ओनर थे उनको मैं अभी एक कॉन्फ्रेंस में जयपुर में मिला था. सच अ नाइस जेंटलमैन. बोले, मैंने ऐसे ही पूछा उनसे, मैंने कहा सर पिक्चर थी सुपर 30 ऋतिक रोशन की, आप पे कितनी थी? बोले 60-70% तो एक्चुअल स्टोरी है. अच्छा. अभी मैं पढ़ाता हूँ और फ्री में पढ़ाता हूँ.
बहुत बड़ी
अवार्ड्स मिल गए, इतनी चीजें मिल गई हैं, इतनी फाउंडेशन से डोनेशन आती हैं. बट एक पढ़ाना, 30 बच्चों को पढ़ाना, फ्री में पढ़ाना, जबकि आप एक कंसल्टेंसी में एजुकेशन कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट पे पैसा कमा रहे थे. अगर हमने पिक्चर ध्यान से देखी,
बाइक चेन, सोने की चेन खरीदते हैं
क्योंकि उनको लगता है फ्री. तो पिक्चर में बहुत मोटिवेशनल
है. नहीं, ऐसी पिक्चरें बनना भी जरूरी है लोगों को.
श्रीकांत देखिए, 12th फेल देखिए, इतनी अच्छी स्टोरी. मतलब आप
देयर इज लॉट टू लर्न फ्रॉम दीस ऑल.
संदीप भैया हैं जो आपको प्रयागराज की स्टोरी IAS की फेमस 4 सीरीज है YouTube की, उनकी अनअकैडमी स्पॉन्सर करता है. कितनी बढ़िया सीरीज, कितनी मोटिवेशनल है. श्रीकांत देख लीजिए, फर्स्ट ब्लाइंड स्टूडेंट टू स्टडी इन 12th क्लास इन इंडिया. Then he went to Boston for his undergrad because Indian University could not offer a blind student to study on braille.
So there is lot to learn. कि अगर
आप got a court case to get 11th 12th में उसको साइंस मिले. श्रीकांत पिक्चर देखिए, इतनी मोटिवेट.
नहीं, अगर आप गोल ओरिएंटेड हैं और चाहत पूरा करने के पीछे हैं तो आप अपना सपना जरूर पूरा करें.
स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम स्मॉल सिटीज सुपर 30 में तो सारे ही लोग बिहार के थे. छोटी सिटी में पटना में पढ़ने आए.
मैं भी कहता हूँ अक्सर कि ये सपने वो नहीं होते जो हम सोने के बाद देखते हैं, सपने वो होते हैं जो हमें सोने नहीं देते.
ये पिक्चर में था ना,
और ये बात तो सच है कि जब तक हम उस सपने का पीछा सही ढंग से करते रहेंगे वो हमें एक ना एक दिन जरूर.
मोटिवेशनल कोई ना कोई गाइड करने वाला होना चाहिए. आप में थोड़ी एस्पिरेशन होनी चाहिए, गुस्सा होना चाहिए, पुश लगेगा तो आप निकल जाओगे.
सर मेरा तो मानना है गुस्सा भी होना बहुत जरूरी है. रेज का सही डायरेक्शन अगर आपने ले लिया, ये दिस इज माय थॉट, वो आपको बहुत अच्छी
वो पूरी स्टोरी उसके टीचर पे आधार.
हाँ,
अगर टीचर उसको ब्लाइंड स्टूडेंट को नहीं हेल्प करती, अपने घर दिलाती, नोट्स नहीं पढ़ाती, तो वो 12th में पास होता, US नहीं आता, जॉब US से वापस आके बलाट इंडस्ट्रीज जो उसने कंपनी खोली वो नहीं खोली, पेपर वेस्ट से पेपर बनाना. वेरी मोटिवेशनल। मैं तो 3-4 बार देख चुका पिक्चर, तो मुझे कितनी खुशी होती देख के उस पिक्चर।
नहीं ऐसी चीजें
हमेशा भी मैं कम से कम 5 बार देख चुका।
हाँ वो तो मैंने भी 3 बार तो मैंने भी
3 Idiots, so मतलब सच अ पॉपुलर मूवी। मैं
कितनी बार देख लो कमी लगती है वो तो।
70-80 टाइम से कुछ भी प्ले नहीं होता मैं देख ही लेता हूँ
वो तो कितनी बार देख लो कम।
मोटिवेशनल डायलॉग्स आपके कि सर ये पढ़ाई बुक से इम्पोर्टेंट है, ग्रेड्स इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है।
उसमें एक बहुत ही सेंसिटिव टॉपिक ऑफ सुसाइड भी बहुत उसमें बहुत अच्छा था, बिकॉज अभी पीछे मैंने पढ़ा कि IITians भी सुसाइड कर रहे हैं। इट वाज लाइक यार हो क्या रहा है।
प्रेशर बहुत है,
पीयर प्रेशर इतना डाल दे रहे हैं, इतना पीयर प्रेशर डालते हैं।
इंजीनियरिंग करो या मेडिसिन करो, आपने देखा होगा IAS की IIT की कोचिंग, नीट की कोचिंग 18-20 लाख बच्चा बैठता है, विच इज वेरी हाई। क्या 10,000 सीटें गवर्नमेंट की केवल, बच्चा कहाँ जाएगा? प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस में जाएगा, प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूट जाएगा।
नहीं, स्टडी अब्रॉड इज अ गुड ऑप्शन।
हां तो स्टडी अब्रॉड इज अ गुड ऑप्शन, प्रोवाइडेड यू हैव मनी टू स्पेंड आल्सो ना। आपको कहीं भी बाहर जाओगे तो 10, 15, 20 लाख रुपए तो एक साल के खर्च होंगे।
सर ये तो सर अब यहाँ पे भी लग रहे हैं अच्छे इंस्टीट्यूशंस में, इंडिया में भी ऐसा नहीं
8-10 लाख रुपए।
पर अब तो स्टडी अब्रॉड में यू हैव मेनी कंपनीज, आई डोंट वांट टू मेंशन ऑन अ पॉडकास्ट बिकॉज एडवर्टाइजिंग जैसा लगता है, बिकॉज बट वो विदाउट को बोरोवर और विदाउट एनी कोलैटरल आपको पूरा कंप्लीट फंड दे रहे हैं। 1 CR तक का लोन इजीली मिल रहा है, 1.5 CR का मिल रहा है। हमारे समय तो मुझे 10 लाख का लेने के लिए लड़ाई करनी पड़ी थी, अपना बहुत बड़ा सा घर मॉर्गेज रखना पड़ा था।
LIC की पॉलिसी पे लोन लिया,
बताइए। तो अब ऐसा नहीं है, अब तो द सिस्टम हैज चेंज्ड।
नहीं बट आई वुड से भाई स्टडी अब्रॉड भी हमारे आई थिंक एज पर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया डेटा 14-15 लाख बच्चा हर साल बाहर जाता है। इसके अलावा लोग स्टूडेंट शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्सेज भी जाते हैं, एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम में जाते हैं, स्टडी अब्रॉड पे जाते हैं। 1 सेमेस्टर है, 1 सेमेस्टर है, 2 सेमेस्टर अब्रॉड जा रहा है, तो बच्चा तो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपोजर हो रहा है। क्योंकि जो बच्चा बैचलर्स पे ऐसे प्रोग्राम पे जा रहा है, वो अल्टीमेटली यू नेवर नो ही विल जॉइन अ मास्टर्स प्रोग्राम एट द सेम यूनिवर्सिटी। So even we are doing lot of consulting work to help in twinning programs, TNE programs, where the student will study 1 semester abroad, 2 semesters abroad, and come back. So one is he gets exposure. He may not have the full money, but at least on his CV he can write that I studied in
this is a very good option.
University.
Yeah, this is a very good option.
So he gets exposed. 1 semester he stays, he make a lot of friends. You have friends from China. China is a big country. Every university has Chinese students. So he gets a lot of exposure, makes network. Tomorrow you never know, he might have business with them. Plus staying in India, plus going abroad to UK, Canada, Australia, wherever for 1 semester, 1 year also, you get confidence, you get improves your personality, your thinking improves, independent decision making है अपनी। फिर कई जगह खाना बनाना पड़ता है, कई जगह कपड़े धोने पड़ेंगे, कई जगह कमरा साफ करना पड़ेगा,
सब कुछ आ जाता है।
आपको घूमने की भी बहुत याद आएगी कि इंडिया में तो पेरेंट्स ही करते हैं।
आप एक अच्छे पति मटेरियल भी हो जाओगे लगते लगते।
और पार्ट टाइम जॉब करोगे, बहुत अच्छी बात है। तो पार्ट टाइम जॉब से आपको कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा और दूसरा आपको पैसे की वैल्यू समझ में आएगी।
मैंने भी कहीं किसी एक आर्टिकल में पढ़ा था जहाँ पे ये पूछा था किसी ने किसी से कि अंबानीज क्यों नॉर्मली अब्रॉड भेजते हैं ये लोग अब्रॉड, तो उसमें यही उन्होंने मैंने आंसर दिया था कि ये बच्चे भी किसी न किसी MDs के लड़के हैं या किसी बड़े फर्म के लोगों के, तो आज नहीं तो कल ये भी चल के कंपनीज खोलेंगे। तो यू आर फ्रेंड्स हु आर ओपनिंग कंपनीज इन डिफरेंट कंपनीज डिफरेंट कंट्रीज। सो ये एक अच्छा एग्जांपल है। एक्सपोजर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
नेटवर्किंग तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है।
नेटवर्किंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
100 बच्चे क्लास में बैठे हैं एंड 70 आर इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट एट द मास्टर्स कोर्स, देन आउट ऑफ 70 if you make 10 friends with good friends who are lifelong friends, you might do business. चाइना ओपन है, यूरोप ओपन है बिजनेस के लिए, US खुला हुआ है। बहुत लोग इंडिया से बहुत काम करते हैं। हमारी एक लीड्स की MBA क्लास में है, शी गेट्स थिंग्स मेड इन इंडिया एंड इट सेल्स इन UK. She comes to India every year once or twice.
So sir, before we move towards the end of the show, I still have 2 questions for you and very important. First is कि हम दोनों UK alumni हैं यहाँ पे, तो हम UK के बारे में बहुत बात नहीं करेंगे। आपने ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी 4 साल काम किया है, तो एक थ्रू आउट क्वेश्चन है कि अगर मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहूँ कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में क्या एक ऐसी चीज़ है ऑफर करने के लिए एज एन एजुकेशन जो UK पे भारी पड़ेगी, तो आप क्या बताना चाहोगे उसमें?
I think Australia is considered to be a more safe country as per rankings.
Okay.
Australia has 43 universities. Okay. Right. I would say less population as compared to UK. Though obviously the most popular cities are again Sydney, Melbourne, which every city is like in UK. Everybody talks about London or Birmingham, like 2-3 cities which are popular. Like Leeds also may not be so popular. It would be like Birmingham, London, Manchester. Similarly in Australia, Sydney, Melbourne only sells, and you see a lot of Indians also, a lot of local nation also, and obviously these are commercial hubs also, so CBD areas होते हैं. So one is it is very safe, very natural city, beaches country. If you are out of the country in 2 hours, you can be at hills or beaches or whatever. So rankings of universities are very high. US rankings of top universities are very high within first 20-30.
Okay.
A lot of universities down. Plus they offer a lot of post-study work permit schemes.
Okay.
Students are there who are settled down, who have got permanent residencies also there. So it's a very good option to study, do PSW, post-study work permit, and apply for PR also, depending on what you have done, what courses, what are skill shortage at that point of time. If your PR is approved, then you can stay. Though the only drawback of Australia, I can say sometimes is it's like 14 hours direct flight from India, while UK you can reach in 9 or 8.5 hours. So
Okay.
in that way, you can say Singapore is more comfortable. It's 5 hours sort of thing. But that depends. Like if you have relatives, if you have friends, people will definitely prefer. If you don't have friends, then all these foreign countries are very friendly for international students because they need international students also, and there are hostels where students stay, classes are there. Like in UK, you said you have studied, I have studied. So UK is also a very multinational country. Students from so many countries come. I think Leeds had students from 140 countries. Most of the universities will have 100 plus countries. Chinese students still dominate, Indian students still dominate, but we are still sending the highest number of students to all these universities. Very safe country, culture is very different. You study in English medium, and a lot of expectations of students. The professors are teaching on time, everything is on time. Still, formal style of teaching is still there. So I think these countries are good because they still follow a lot of traditional pattern, though a lot of new modern thinking has come also. Some are offering online classes also for 2 days, 1 day. But that is as per time you have to change. Well, I remember we had to still give 3 hours written exams. But gone are the days when you have 3 hours, it is 1 hour, 2 hours. Like Oxford also has, I think, a tablet exam where you work on tablet because youngsters have forgotten how to write. So your habit because of mobiles or laptop or WhatsApp.
Hands start paining actually if you have to write even a paper.
That habit has gone. Your holding a pen skill has gone.
Yes, skill has gone.
But these are things changing. We are becoming very IT dependent. So things will change.
Sir, one last round. I will give you 5 courses and without thinking, within 10 seconds you have to give me a country. Okay. So I'll give you a course, you have to give me a country.
Question because I'm biased towards UK for a lot of things.
Doesn't matter, you can answer UK in all the 5.
We have in UK a alumni body called the Association of British Scholars,
yes.
Which has around 28 chapters in India. I'm a committee member of that also. So UK doesn't go out of the blood.
That I agree to. You can answer UK to all the 5 courses, but still, I'll give you 5 courses one by one, and you have to name a country to study into.
Sure.
Okay. MSc in biotechnology.
Right. I think UK can be good. Australia can also be good. My sister's daughter had done MSc biotechnology from Amity University 4 years ago. She went to MSc in biotechnology. She has already filed PR, and she is doing very good also there from a job perspective also. We used to send students to University of Leeds also. So good students used to go. There was some scholarship also.
So UK and Australia. MSc cyber security.
In cyber security, I can still say Ireland is a big IT hub. A lot of IT companies, you have a Google Park, a lot of IT companies are based there. People say there are 4,000 plus companies over there. Or you can go to US also because IT is dominated by US. So it depends whether you want a 1-year course, go to Ireland. If you want a 2-year course, go to US or Australia also. Well, IT courses are there in practically every university, every country because IT
But you have to name one.
I would say Ireland would be better or
okay.
US.
MSc cyber security, US or Ireland. Okay. The third is obviously the most famous MBA business analytics.
Oh my God. I would say for an MBA, a student should do a general course, which is an MBA as a title.
Okay.
Because that gives the student a lot of options to branch out which course you want to do. Because MBA will teach you marketing, will teach you finance, will teach you HR, will teach you operations. These days IT is coming in, entrepreneurship is coming up, a good topic you should touch. But in MBA we will teach everything. So out of that you choose whichever you want to do. Okay. So business analytics is fine, but these are things which change demand every 2 years, 3 years, 5 years.
So which country?
Cycling. So I would say for management, I would still say UK will be good.
Okay.
MBA is a popular, it's a 1-year course. You do crash course sort of thing. US has 2 years, Canada has 2 years, Australia has 2 years. If you have a time and money to spend for 2 years. If you want a quick output, go to this.
Go to UK. AI.
again same for AI, like AI, machine learning, robotics, cyber security, all these things which, like, I would say in India we are a herd follower. Like in India also domestically, I'm seeing advertisements of universities in India. There are 10 courses in computer science. Earlier it was only computer science, school of computer science, school of computing. Now they have BTech, BSc, all they have separate branches, which is not the case. Because in any case, in any engineering college or any computer science courses also, you still study 80% computer subjects. Only 20% you will do AI or machine learning or robotics or cyber security or these courses. So a generic course which has a specialization in this course may not be specific, because it may happen that in 5 years line business analytics might come down, which will not happen as of now. But you have seen US, you have seen technology, you have seen things changing.
So AI, do you think
these days AI is coming up, so everybody is doing AI. I was hearing an article, reading an article on something, and one of the, I think, very senior expert in education, very senior to us, he said we are so much fascinated with names, like we have started using AI in everything, which may not be true also. But if you go to a manufacturing person, he will say, I'm using AI. If you go to school, he will say, I'm using AI.
Just to market
he will
them.
say, tomorrow a rickshaw chap will also say, my rickshaw is driven by AI. So we are so fascinated, and we are a herd follower. So everybody says AI, I also say AI. So why do you need AI? AI will actually replace jobs for us.
This is
40% of jobs, as per US people, Steve Jobs also, I don't know who said recently, 40% jobs will go. So, but why we should go to such places? AI is good, AI will come, AI is already doing, like in iPhone they launched recently, they said it is AI driven. So everything is AI. So what will happen to normal thing?
Chaliye sir, last but not the least, if your delight favorites, art and humanities.
Oh my God.
Where will you send art and humanities student?
I think traditionally, as for Indians, we will still follow UK, because UK is
quite right.
Still UK or France, you can say. A very arts-driven arts country. They have very history, and Indians love to go to UK because we have a good heritage, we have a good history with UK. A lot of Indians are there, a lot of Indian restaurants are there. You can find Indians very easily. Arts is a very popular subject. Traditional languages, music. UK, I think, is still popular because UK still has that traditional flavor of teaching. There are departments like in India, for example. A lot of engineering colleges are closing civil department, mechanical department. Like in UK, you will still have arts colleges going on, or education colleges going on, or liberal arts, music, theatre studies, fine arts, all these courses, which will still remain because they are traditional. British students will do. So some of our Indian students will do, which is hardly 2% or 3%, but they'll still go to arts college. Traditionally, India, as I said earlier, also is always business school oriented and IT, science. Engineering. Earlier it was engineering, now engineering has shifted to IT. Or computer science actually. But few students will go to biotechnology, food science, arts courses, education courses, history courses. Very few students, not a lot of students. These days healthcare is coming up in a big way. Sports industry is coming in a big way. Physiotherapy is coming in a big way. And a lot of Australian universities, or a lot of UK universities, US, Europe a lot, Germany are offering a lot of courses in all this field. So
that's true.
I think for a student to find out, go to the ranking, do the QS ranking, go to Times ranking, go to Guardian ranking, find out the university first, then go to the course, and then go to rankings of the course, and then decide which ranking, then go to city, then see the pocket which you have, how much can you support. If you have relatives, friends there, very easy for parents to send you. If you don't have state university accommodation or private accommodation, there are a lot of private providers who are there now also. So accommodation at one more time was very difficult, but now there are a lot of private places also to stay. And food options are there, like Indian restaurants in every city. You have delivery people in UK also. I heard in Australia also recently that there is a Dibba system also in Australia. I was very surprised that Dibba system. I have worked in Bombay and Gujarat, so we used to get a Dibba at my house in Bangalore also, as well as in Gujarat also.
So thanks a lot, sir, for coming to our show, Talk to Uni, and giving a wealth of knowledge, sharing a wealth of knowledge with our audience. But as a tradition of our show, before going, what kind of a message do you want to convey to today's youth or parents, in fact, in a minute?
I think actually it depends if the student is making choice or parent is making the choice. But I think these days students are very tech savvy. They go on YouTube or Instagram and are able to search the courses also better. So they're making a good choice. Parents should support.
Okay.
And look at the university, look at the rankings, look at the fees. If you're able to get a scholarship, why not get a scholarship? Go to consultants who are specialists in the country. Like you are working with a lot of universities, you should help students from smaller cities, Allahabad, Banaras.
We are trying our best, sir.
Yeah. And invest, because this is career of a student. If you don't invest, you will get the return after 5 years, 10 years, but it is good to invest, and you should have
patience. This is very important for parents to understand.
पेरेंट्स को क्या लगता है रिटर्न बहुत जल्दी चाहिए, पैसा
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मैसेज आपने दिया।
और क्या हम इंडिया में हम कंपेयर करते हैं प्लेसमेंट से, फॉरेन कंट्रीज में प्लेसमेंट का ऐसा नहीं दिखता कि 50 लाख का पैकेज मिल गया, 60 लाख का पैकेज मिल गया। सो बट पीपल विल अर्न मनी, इट विल टेक टाइम, दे विल ग्रो, बट their personality, knowledge has improved, their independence has improved, knowledge, perspective, network has improved, because you're studying with students from 100 plus countries, so your network will improve.
Yeah.
India में क्या है, you flattered between Indian students, आप हिंदी में बात करते हो, फॉरेन जाओगे तो आपको इंग्लिश में बात करनी पड़ेगी, तो आपकी इंग्लिश भी improve,
communication skill,
so that is also improving. So everything is improving, and like you said earlier, going from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, for them to improve their English in going to UK, Australia, Canada is a very big thing, because they will grow. Their parents will be shocked when they come back to India. English तुम्हारी इतनी अच्छी हो गई, हमेशा ही फायदा होगा बच्चे को भी, पेरेंट को।
बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट मैसेज है पंकज सर की तरफ से आप सबको कि इन्वेस्टमेंट में ROI बिल्कुल ना देखें, ये देखें कि पर्सनालिटी का क्या डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है और ओवरऑल क्या बच्चे में काबिलियत का डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है जब वो लौट के आ रहा है। सो थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर कमिंग इनटू आवर शो, सर, एंड वील कीप इनवाइटिंग यू व्हेनेवर वी गेट अ चांस टू। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you.